What do you really know about this Disney show? I won't bore you with numbers and facts, I'll simply tell you where it came from. A really long time ago, a poor family lost their only daughter in a deserted forest. There were no predators in this forest, simply rodents, insects, and plants. Since there were a lot of plants, she had no trouble finding food. But she was all alone, all the time. She was left to face the brutal darkness of the night by herself. She was just a little girl named Brandy, a little girl who saw the rich girls walk around with the prettiest clothes, mocking her for her poverty. A girl who always wished for wealth, a little girl who needed a friend to end her loneliness in this empty forest. Her prized possession was a notebook. She carried it around everywhere with a few crayons. She took it with her to the forest. As she grew, she started hallucinating. She went crazy out of loneliness. She first imagined herself as a dog in order to fit in her environment. Then she imagined a friend to keep her company and to entertain her. Then she made up a whole society of all kinds of talking animals. A society where she was the girl with the prettiest clothes. A society where she was popular and rich. She also imagined a tree house that resembled her old house. Brandy drew her hallucinations and her imaginary adventures in her notebook. She died at the age of 18. How she died? She fell into a river and she couldn't swim. Her imaginary friends couldn't help her. Years later, a little boy belonging to a rich family got lost in that same forest. When he was found, a notebook was in his hands. The child was looking with fascination at the images. His father, who was a writer for Disney Channel, saw his child's interest in the drawings. He decided to make them into a program for kids. Every episode is inspired by the pictures drawn by the real Brandy. They knew her name was Brandy because it was written in a notebook. They only changed her last name by Mada El-Horr.